Hello. This is a really auspicious year. It's the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. One nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A republic under God. It's never really happened before, ever. And look at the youth that came out of it. It's the 57th anniversary of Woodstock, August 15th to 18th, 1969. My friends went. I happened to take a motorcycle trip through Europe to Israel. But we have to take a look at something. Perhaps paradoxically for some of us, what happened at Woodstock is an anomaly, but is it really? We had 500,000 youth of America, soul searchers, truth seekers, who wanted to live in peace with love guiding their stars, and they came to this place and they gravitated to it because in their hearts of hearts there was a freedom and a yearning to have this emotional liberty to live as brothers and sisters. This idea is biblical. Loving your neighbor as yourself, having brotherhood as the underpinning of capitalism and everything else. Now, for Israel to perform its job doing this, America had to be born. So God had Chaim Solomon selected to come to America in 1740 and become the financier, the actual owner of the American Revolution. It's amazing. And no one understands what happened. Black people here don't understand that the only reason they're free is because of this one Jew. So go ahead and see if you can find in your heart of hearts hatred for Jews. It's unbelievable. Leonard Bernstein took care of the Black Panthers. Michael Schwerner, Allen, all these other great people that gave their lives in voter registration in Mississippi. If it weren't for them, you blacks would still be, where you were 150 years ago. But anyway, I'm not talking about that. So at Woodstock, one of the things that was interesting is that Joni Mitchell added a line that Crosby, Stills, and Nash used. I'm not going to sing it for you and spoil it, but I came upon a child of God. I asked him, "Where are you going?" You know the rest of it. We have to get ourselves back to the garden. Now this seems trite, but this is exactly the Jewish ideal. The creator of everything has in the Hebrew Bible a promise of the annulment of death. So let's take a look at it. And keep in mind, if it weren't for Chaim Solomon and the success of the American Revolution and its solidification after the War of 1812, we would all be still ruled by tyrants with no freedom at all. So let's take a look at what happened. First of all, the annulment of death. Where do we find it? Deuteronomy 32:39, Isaiah 25:8, 26:19, 28:18, Ezekiel 37:3-12, Hosea 6:1-2, 13:14, 2 Kings 5:7, 1 Samuel 2:6. These are the clues you want to take a look at. So what was the covenant with death? Very simple. Go back to the Garden of Eden. God gave Adam, before Eve was around, one command, and he couldn't get it right. He added, when he related to Eve, he added touch. So not only did she think she wasn't allowed to eat it, but she wasn't allowed to touch it. So how did things transpire? The serpent, who was the antagonist to God's plan, asked Eve, you can read the lines yourself, she said, yeah, we're not allowed to eat it, but we're not even allowed to touch it. Okay, so she touched it and didn't die. Okay, so the fruit looks good, maybe it's a gimmick. So she ate it also, and who was right with her? Adam. He didn't stop her. So this is the sin of Adam. And rabbis don't want to get into this because they think that the tikkun of Adam is you following their mythical oral law, which has led us through all kinds of hell and curses forever. That's why I'm doing this. Anyway, so let's call this lesson, YouTube channel, Israel Reclaiming the Birthright, lesson 38. All through the history of the people of Israel and before that, we had certain people that were picked as avatars, big influencers, whom God hoped would lead mankind to become one with him and her. We remember the creation is, let us make man in our image. We have a masculine aspect of God and a feminine aspect of God. We have a spirit, a ruach, and we have a presence, a shekhinah. So let's not forget that. Anyway, so once we understand that correcting the sin of Adam, and you can read about it, Hosea 6:7, God tells him, the people transgressed my covenant as Adam the man did. In Job and Job 31:33, Job is talking to God and he says, have I hidden my sin, excuse me, have I hidden my sin in my breast as Adam did, Adam the man, not humanity. So, of course, Rabbinic Judaism, Catholicism, whatever you want, is additions and subtractions from what God really says and wanted. And just so we know how serious it is, when Moses was told to raise his staff and speak to the rock for water to come out, he struck the rock. He added something to God's command, and for this God told him not only was he going to die, but he wasn't going to get into the land of Israel. So for all you baby boomers, people who remember Woodstock, people who were at Woodstock, the wonderful feelings that were generated there and afterwards, that remember the great disappointment of the tragedy of Kent State when state troopers, when the National Guard fired and killed 4 students at Kent State. We've come a long way. And I know after Vietnam, most of these young people were disillusioned and figured, what am I going to do to make $100,000 back then? Become a lawyer, a doctor, or a CPA. And that's what many of us did. I gave that up. Anyway, so let's take a look at what we have to do. In the garden, we have a diet. We have a way of life that includes a plant-based diet. And the plants, if you take a look at them, the way they're currently analyzed, These plants can give us all the protein and all the enzymes and everything else that a God-created body needs for eternal life. And if you monkey with it and start thinking of Noah as allowing meat to be eaten and not understand that God was sad about Noah sacrificing the animals that he told him to let go free and multiply, you're not going to get this. And maybe I'm not the messenger for you. But for those of you who remember what the feeling was generated after Woodstock, I remember when I came back to the United States for a visit, you met so many people, black, white, Hispanic, Jewish, Christian, whatever. We wanted to be brothers and sisters. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. No nation in the history of mankind ever produced an enlightenment of youthful minds and hearts that America produced. And you have to remember that. So on July 4th, when we celebrate the 250th anniversary of this great nation, remember also that God explicitly made America the incubator for the new state of Israel, which was to be reborn officially in 1947, November 29th, 1947. Now, look at the world from Europe to Israel. You will find many youth modeling their behavior and their emotions after these American youth of the 1970s. And if we want to get back to the garden, and we're going to, and if we want most of us to join us, we should begin very quickly understanding that we have one authority in the world, only one, and that's the Creator. And He created, and they created this world with love, with real love. I mean, I can see my hummingbirds. I mean, I love these creatures. What loving God created them. It's amazing. We should be so grateful, and grateful for the opportunity to use the science we have, which proves that the plant-based diet that our Creator intended is the healthiest. And the rest of it is just, I don't know, fake science, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you'll survive, but for how long? Anyway, I'm going to wish you a very happy Independence Day. Happy birthday, America. Happy 250th birthday, America. May God bless you and shed their grace on you. And may you all wake up and make your Creator happy, so that the trumpet blast of joy is experienced by as many people as get it. And may all those people experience that happiness that our Creator has with us. And for the people of Israel who finally have a state, thank God, may you realize that you are the best army on earth, the finest, the most disciplined, the most precise, the most merciful. But we're not going to defeat all of our enemies without losses until we realize that we have to make our God happy. Nehemiah said, God's joy is our power. And this is a true thing. So have a wonderful July 4th. Celebrate. Be so grateful. Think about the founding fathers, about Chaim Solomon, without whom they would have lost and be tortured to death. So let's get ourselves back to the garden where God is happy and we're happy. Have a good day.